Oh boy, here I go, tag backing again! Yes, Tag Back, the show where every week we take a look at a blaster from the past to see what it could offer us today in the present. And this time, well, I've been doing a lot of blaster modifications that kind of involve this blaster in some way, whether it's the Retaliator Recon Mark II, or Mark S7 as somebody commented on Reddit, which would be a far better name. I wish I would have thought of that at the time. And then, of course, the Prophecy R from Worker, which is basically just a third-party Retaliator. Well, they all stem from this beautiful beast right here, because this time we're taking a look at one of the long-awaited blasters in the entire Tag Back series, the N-Strike. What the heck? Sorry about that. Like I said, we're going to be taking a look at the Nerf N-Strike Recon, the original. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at the most requested blaster in Tag Back, the Nerf N-Strike Recon. And hello? Oh boy, here I go tag backing again! Yes, it's time for Tag Back, the show where every week we take a look at a blaster from the past to see what it can offer us today in the present. And this time, we're taking a look at something that's infamous within the Nerf community. If you were a kid in the late 90s, you remember this blaster at some point. Probably in between episodes of like Pokemon or DuckTales or something like that. This thing is infamous, mostly because of the commercial, but we'll get to that. It is the Nerf Pulsator. This thing is absolutely incredible for all of the wrong reasons. Coming out in space year 1998, it's part of the Mega Blitz line, which included such fantastic blasters as the Rototrack, the Ripcord, and the freaking Nitro Quad, which is a blaster I will literally never have, because even if somebody puts it under the right thing on freaking eBay, it's stupidly expensive and usually broken. Seriously, if you have a Nitro Quad and you'd like me to have it on Tag Back, you can totally send it to the P.O. Box. I would be literally beyond myself in satisfaction because I want one so badly. But enough about that. Let's talk about the Pulsator. Now this thing is, well, it's a ball blaster. You wouldn't know that just by specifically looking at it, but can we start by saying there is virtually no other Nerf blaster that looks anywhere remotely similar to this, and it has one of the best designs I have ever seen. The thing looks like something from Doom. When you hold this, it's just authoritative beyond all measure, and it's freaking like copper brown color scheme with orange highlights and black barrels is something that's just unheard of in Nerf. There's no other blaster that looks even remotely like this, and this one is absolutely beautiful. And, well, it's actually a weapon in the Nerf Arena Blast game. It's actually freaking awesome. It's one of my favorite weapons in that entire game, and for good reason, because it's absolutely freaking amazing. This is, it's not really that good in all honesty. The, Pulsator is infamous for being not only super awesome, but also absolutely freaking terrible. I mean, it is a ball blaster, so you could kind of figure that out, but it's beyond terrible. Let's just point out the fact that, well, this one is used. I got this from a local war that I don't know why I picked this one up. I believe a fan was even sending me one to, like, maybe it was Captain Xavier, and I never got it, so I bought one myself. But these things, if I do get two of them, I have an amazing idea for both of them. It is one of the weirdest blasters ever in that it doesn't have a trigger, but there's no perceivable catch. I think it's air-powered. In fact, it's obviously air-powered the way it works, because the harder you pump it, the farther it fires. Not that that distance is actually usable in any stretch of the imagination, but basically you pump this forward, and it launches a ball out. Then you pop it back, and it rotates the barrel, and it should also pop a ball out. Come on. Making me look like a liar. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's an enigma how this thing actually works. Some kind of high air pressure, manual pump freaking hamp blaster that is amazingly cool looking, but absolutely freaking god-awful. It does use these Nerf balls. I can't actually tell what size ball it's supposed to use. I have these green ones which were sent for me with the, what is that thing called? The buzzsaw. And they're a very tight fit. Ugh. And it's really, really hard to get that out of here. Okay, well that one rocketed out with a vengeance, but still the maximum, like, range of these things is somewhere around, I don't know, 20 feet on a good day? It fires a ball, a huge foam ball that is nothing but air resistance incarnate, and it's an awful blaster. So if you were planning on playing in like a round where everybody's using an absolutely terrible blaster that could barely beat 15 feet, the Pulsator's the blaster for you. And really the only thing about it is A, it looks cool, B, it was in a video game, and C, the commercial.
Pulsator, 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 Pulsator! Pulsator! Go ballistic with the fastest Nerf ball shooter ever, the Nerf Pulsator! Pulsator, 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 Pulsator! Pulsator!
But seriously, the commercial for this blaster is absolutely mind-blowingly awesome, and also one of the worst commercials of all time. It was insanely catchy, but when you actually watch the commercial, it is just, it's the most, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. It's amazingly bad. It's like a train wreck you just can't stop watching. And the worst part is you're probably going to see it every other commercial break, at least you would have back in the day, and now you don't because they don't make them like they used to.
Pulsator, 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 Pulsator! Pulsator!
It is a very comfortable blaster, all things considered, but these grips are very, like a rubbery plastic material that isn't very good, and they're also kind of small. This does have like a finger groove in here, which is really nice to get a hold onto, and once you have it in your hand, it's not bad, but, I mean, since there's no real force, even if you're trying to pump this thing as hard as you can, it doesn't really dig into you in any way, but it's not overly comfortable either, so it's really middle of the road. And it has these weird ignore this stupid freaking sticker right here. It's got like, what, 2700.25 NSI? I don't even know what the heck that's supposed to mean. And yeah, it's a freaking weird blaster, man. A very, very weird blaster. And unlike anything Nerf has, it's one of the, cosmetically, definitely one of the best blasters that Hasbro has ever produced. However, it's awful. Is this even Hasbro? Yeah, it's Hasbro, amazingly enough. But, my god, is this thing just awful. There was a sticker right here that said repeated use will improve performance. I don't know if I believe that, but these little yellow ones I have, they work okay, but the velocity is almost anemic. And then the green ones rock it out with a vengeance. I mean, these things are so much better, it's not even funny. It's actually rather difficult to... There we go. Rather difficult to get them out of the barrel.
Hey, yo, Walcom, can I... Walcom? Walcom? Hey, you alright down there? What's going on?
The Nerf Pulsator!
Dude, is that a Pulsator? Dude!
No! Get them out of the barrel. So, the question is with the Pulsator, is it something that's worth getting? Well, it's unlike any other blaster, and if you really want something that just makes you feel like Doom Guy, then this is the blaster for you. Nothing even remotely competes, but is it a war practical, highly modifiable blaster that will bring you absolutely nothing but triumph? God, no. don't pick it up for that reason. But I say it's a blaster that if you buy it for under 10 bucks, and it seems like it works. I mean, it does that. Pick it up. It's definitely worth it. I think they go for at least like 30 on eBay, so that might be something worth getting, and especially if they're in good condition. Normally these things have stickers all over right here and on the sides. I don't have any of those because, of course, stickers get lost with time, especially when they come from kids in the 90s.
Walcom, Jose. Oh, hell no, you ain't pulsating me.